Hello everyone and welcome to today's episode of Showcase on Nioh. Time for Ninjutsu Part 2, just kidding. Today I'll do the Head of the Iga set, which is the main armor of Hattori Hanzo. So yeah, I figured why not? Be a good segue from ninjutsu right into this armor set. And everyone should have it, or many people should have pieces if not all of it by now. So I figured why not? Now, for benefits, well, it mainly benefits your ninjutsu by the cost of your armor. Because ninjas don't wear armor. At least not supposed to, because it's clanky, it's loud, it's bulky. Not very good for sneaking around with. Not that we really sneak around in this game, but no matter. This video is Head of the Iga set. Iga being his ninja, where he's from. In case everyone was wondering. Okay, but enough about the armor and all the blades and that, but who is Hanzo Hattori? Now, Hattori Hanzo, as this game portrays it, or says, was a ninja. No shit, right? But a lot of media likes to portray him. Why? Because he's a badass ninja. He's been in battles in plural. Yeah. His first mission, he is the age of 16, and his first job was to siege a castle, to get into it. First mission, get into a castle at the age of 16. Can you do that? No. You can't. I can't. We know you can't. Don't fool anyone. So yes, he was quite a well-renowned individual. He also mastered the spear play, tactics, and Bushido as well. So yeah, he made quite a name for himself, and of course saved Iyasu's bacon more than once, as it's been read. So a highly decorated individual from the shadows. That's why people love him. Okay, time to the Onimuna, or I believe I pronounced that wrong, blade, but no matter. A legendary sword forged by the master smith Senshi Muramasa. Muramasa, from the name blade, is simply the person who made it. From the Kunawa in Isil province. Man, my pronunciation's off today. Hattori Hanzo inherited his blade from his father, who is a warrior of great skill and known as Demon Hanzo. He was a samurai, not a ninja. Don't let anyone get that confused. When Tokugawa Ieyasu's heir, Nobetsu, committed seppuku, this sword was used to behead him. The blade says to be sympathized with the warlord's regrets, and a teardrop from the tempered steel itself, earning the name Oniminata. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, or Demon's Tears. Now, trying to find the actual legend of this, well, Nioh has butchered that, because the search results are all skewed. Even looking at the seppuku of Nobetsu has not yielded anything. So for the legend, I found more on the man, nothing on his sword. Not even sure if he probably used a sword, who knows? Okay, now going on to Oni Minaida, I pronounced it right that time, the stats. Going on for all of them, well, every time you get this blade, it always has two built-in specialties. The familiarity bonus, going for B+, and the set of the Head of the Iga ninja. So yeah, which is 7 pieces, all the armor plus the sword and Kurosagama, so I'll show that shortly. Now for the scaling, it's been interesting here. You got the scaling from hard to B+, but the skill and strength are different. Normally for blades, the strength goes from a D-, or a D+, and the attack or the tactic skill is a C+. So you got a bit of a mix there. It's different. Good or bad different depending on your character. Now, as for the Kurosagama, the chain sickle, as you see here, it has no special effects. Everything is RNG, other than the Head of the Iga clan itself. Scaling wise though, well, it does have a couple things. You got the body, it's a D+, skill is a C+, and the dexterity is a B+. No surprise there, but I found very, very few unique Kurosagamas. But oh well. Is this a unique Kurosagama? Well, it is, but it's not really an interesting one. You kind of need it for the Head of the Iga ninja set, but I would never really use this separately. There's nothing special about it otherwise, unless you're really going for that, the Iga set bonus. Now, about that Iga set bonus, here it is. Let's go over it. When you get 2 pieces, your damage reduction is 1.6%. That's minuscule. But the second effect is actually a bit interesting. It restores ninjutsu items upon finish using a living weapon. That's 43%. You only need 2 pieces for that. So that's interesting. That might be worth it there. Going on to 4 pieces. while the close combat damage increases by 7.2%. So that's different. That's a little bit. And ninjutsu power is also increased by 69 points. So that's also interesting. Get an additional piece for 5, and you get your dash endurance, which is just simply dodge, increased by 20%. Then if you get 7 pieces on, your ninjutsu damage bonus increases to A. Or you get an A. So that's interesting. I'm not sure how much damage that'd be, because there's no numbers attached to all this, and it's hard to really calculate sometimes. Okay, and as for weight of the Iga set, well, no surprise, it is the one with possibly the lightest armor set in the game. Like, really light. Makes sense. As I mentioned earlier, ninjas don't wear heavy armor. There's maybe a steel plate or two, mostly leather and cloth. You know, something light, something that you can move in and not rattle armor. Okay, I now got my Naked Willy out. You can take a look at my ninjutsu power. Please only look at the ninjutsu power. I took off all the clothing before that benefit you can see without all the buffs and such. So you can see it's 267. Alright. I'm mainly using kunai and other things that cause damage so we can more accurately translate how much more damage we get out of this. So that's kunai, no, that's shurikens in the back, sorry. I'll throw some kunai now from the front. 107, 104, okay. The damage or the defense value of these guys is almost identical. So yeah, we can see that we get a bit of damage. Not a whole lot from those, but no matter. Here's a fire shuriken. Let's see the explosive damage. Okay, 325. Alright, that's alright, but not very many of those. For reviewing these weapons, I already did a video prior to this one, so if you wish to see that. Now for the big bomb, we had 180 roughly normal damage and 130 some for, you know, the fire damage. Now on to the actual armor set. We can see my ninjutsu power has increased quite a bit. I got 336 now. Keep in mind that I also have the scaling for ninjutsu to A. I have no clue how much more that adds. My ninjutsu's roughly 30. I think it's 31. So I do have quite a bit on me. Okay, let's again start with the shurikens. Not that much of an improvement. Went from 50 damage to 67, and kunai 104 to 127, so not exactly impressive, is it? Cal drops do the same. It's only caused 1 damage, but no matter. Let's throw the big bomb. Let's see. Base damage is 213, and fire damage is 197 roughly. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. That's a pretty decent upgrade, considering how much DPS you got. Now there's a fire shuriken. Fire damage went up by 50 points. Not exactly that dramatic, but oh well. Alright, so not exactly a whole lot of damage improvement. So it could be better. Now I'll show this. Why? Because it's important for later. Now, I'm going to use my power pill. So you can see I do 300 damage right there with normal attacks. Take my power pill. Alright, now I do 400 damage for normal strikes. Now the power pill is supposed to increase my damage by only 20% roughly? This is more like 30%, so that's significant. Let's do that little counter again I did. Let's see, let's make it nice flashy. There we go. Alright, 400 damage increase. That's okay. Okay, now for the ninjutsu recovery. If you've forgotten, no matter. I simply rejuvenate my ninjutsu items upon using a living weapon. You only need to equip 2 pieces of this. And it was 43%, so let's see. Sure enough, there we go. I had 0, and I have 6 kunai, 6 shuriken. And I have one of my flame shurikens, and 2 power pills, and 2 caltrops. So it works. That's pretty good, actually. I like that one. Let's move on to the pros and cons of the Head of the Iga Ninja. On the pros, it's possibly the lightest armor in the game. Armor set, anyway. The ninjutsu item restore, it requires very few pieces. So that's pretty good. And this sword, the Animanada, I think I pronounced that right again, it's also pretty damn good as well. Now for cons, with light armor comes low defense. So you have to really rely on your dodging skills. Also, the ninjutsu power-up didn't really feel like a significant boost to me. As most of these tools are meant to poison or indirectly harm your enemies, I don't think the upgrade of powers aren't really needed. But no matter. That is the pros and cons in my opinion. Moving on to score for Head of the Iga. For the set score, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. The early effects are really nice, but I don't feel like wearing all of it really, rewards you enough. The ninjutsu power is nice and all, but it just didn't translate very well to combat, in my opinion. For the bonus, I'm going to give a 4 to 10, because again, that ninjutsu just felt like a waste of time, just trying to use it like that. There are other methods, there are other ways, but not a whole lot by the looks of it. Weight, though, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. It's too damn light. You don't have to worry about anything about your weight. You have excellent agility. Unless you have weapons that benefit that, there's not a whole lot of point, but no matter. Okay, for Misk, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. The early effects are pretty much the best, and you can only need 2 pieces to get the ninjutsu one. And that saves you shinobi boxes. And if you use a lot of ninjutsu, that saves you ninjutsu or shinobi boxes. That's not being cheap, but no matter. In total, I give the Head of the Iga set 28 out of 40. It is exceptional. Truly deserving of people who are excellent at dodging, and maybe like ninjutsu. If not, there are other armor sets. No matter, it's good enough in my opinion. So there you have it. Kick-ass sword, pretty good early effects, but I probably won't bother dressing like this. If anything, you can probably if you really want to look like Hattori Hanzo, you can just probably do a transformation at the Hidden Tea House and look like it, without having to actually wear the armor set, or you can just refashion your armor at the blacksmith. Either or you'll have it. And that's been Showcase for today. I'd like to thank you all for watching. I hope to see you guys next time. Take care out there.